Here we are. Nautical dreaming. This thing actually works. Welcome back to another exciting and thrill-filled adventure with DIY Nautical Dream.
Hi guys.
Hi guys, welcome back. Well, that was pretty eventful, huh? That was a pretty event-packed,
Intense.
yeah, very intense adventure we just went on. But the neat thing was we finally got to spend a night on the boat, on the water. So we were never able to spend the night on the boat at the boat yard there up in Everett. And so this was our first time being able to spend the night on the boat. And it was really nice. So
Can you still believe it that we splashed and we're in the water?
what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, we're just going to show you the video of us making our way here. Actually, it was dark and early when we left the slip up in Everett to motor on our way down here because we thought we would need most of the day to do it, so we left before daylight. I think any lessons learned up to this point is to not try to expect so much and try not to plan so far ahead and just let things kind of flow the way they're going to go, which is really hard for me to do.
Yeah, don't stress too much.
Yeah. During our travel from the Port of Everett Marina to where our moorage was located at in the Bremerton area, in the early part of it, it was mostly pictures, and I did a lot of voiceovers just to kind of describe where we're at and what we were going through at the time. Mostly that was just done due to us being kind of nervous, mostly me, and not wanting to really pick up the camera and do any video footage. But later on, once it was daylight out and we got a little bit more comfortable with the boat and felt a little bit more secure, we did more video footage. So we're going to try and do those sort of things better in the future. This footage is shot right after we completed our first docking, after we just splashed the boat. And we were pretty proud of ourselves, so we wanted to do a little video footage of it just sitting there at the dock, idling away, and we were pretty happy about this at this point in time, and this was a big achievement for us. And so we prepared to spend the night in that location, and we were going to get up very early the next morning. All right, let's see how baby thought the first night went. All right, let's see what's going on here. Hey, baby.
Hi, honey. Good morning.
How was first night on the boat?
It was really good.
Man, didn't even feel like we were on the water, did it? This thing is really steady. Hardly any rolling or anything. So yeah, this is our bedroom right now. For now, we the aft cabin's all torn apart and everything. But yeah, this is what we got going on here. Seems like you have everything you need over there, huh? You settling right in, are you? That's cool. Yeah. Anyway, so we stayed pretty warm, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't too bad. We were
comfortable.
Plugged into.
Hard to get up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Plugged into shore power and everything, so that was cool. So yeah, anyways, that's what we got going on, people. Finally, our first night ever staying the night on the boat. Man, that's so cool.
On the water.
On the water even, but we didn't really feel any moving, so
nope.
anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, bright and early we got to get up and we got to make a long trip. Long trip to the marina. Wish us luck. Hopefully everything goes well, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Man. Anyways, it's bright and early. It's still dark out. We'll get going. All right. Are we going to have breakfast or are we going to just have coffee?
Yeah, I'm getting out.
Okay.
Make some breakfast.
All right. You can't even tell what time of day it is in here. It's either dark or we have the lights on. We had to put some covering over the hatch chair because condensation was dripping on us and everything. I don't think it's leaking from the rain. I think it's mostly condensation, but anyways.
It's not from the rain.
All right, that's where we're at. So we got to get going. It's got a long day ahead of us. We have about 10 hours of motoring to do to get to the marina. So, all right, check back later. Bye. Well, we got underway, very dark and early still. And you can see here where the arrow is up at the top of the screen. That's the Port of Everett Marina. That's where we first started and departed from and got underway. It was still really dark. There wasn't a lot to see yet. Here's a view as we're leaving the slip that we were tied up to overnight, and you can see it's pretty dark out still. There wasn't a lot to see, we just had to be really careful getting out of the marina and take a really wide swing because I was still getting used to how this boat handles and turns, and it responds really slow. As we were getting underway, I remembered that we had some nice aft deck lights to turn on, and so I turned on the aft deck floodlights, and wow, that really made a difference. It didn't feel quite so lonely and dark out there, but we were up pretty early in the morning, so it was definitely dark out, and we were like the only ones out there. As we entered the channel and we're starting to make our way out of that area, the water is kind of dredged just in a certain area there, and we didn't want to veer off course too far because we didn't want to get into the shallow area. So we were really just trying to play it safe and just stay in that area. But it's dark out. There's really no reference points outside yet, so we just had to really follow the chart and stay on course. It was still really dark at this time of the morning. We hadn't got to that point where we were really getting comfortable yet. We were still just trying to figure the boat out and hoping that everything was working out all right, keeping an eye on the gauges, checking the engine room, all that kind of stuff, just making sure we didn't have any water coming in or any surprises going on that we weren't aware of. We are now finally beginning to exit the channel, which is a good thing because now we don't have to be so concerned about our position as it was before. But now we have to watch out for the shallows, the mud banks and stuff like that. And so we just kind of need to head for deeper water and give us a little bit of space in case something goes wrong. We have a little bit of area to drift. So as you can see here, it's still pretty dark outside. We are starting to get a little bit of daylight coming up over the horizon there. And off in the distance, we see some lights, and that looks to be like, I think, Mukilteo area. So we still have a long ways to go, but our main concern now is getting out into a little bit deeper water, a little farther offshore, and also hopefully we don't run into any crab pots or anything like that. So the lights you see off in the distance there, those we believe are Mukilteo, and that's one of the points we're going to be rounding when we get there. We're still a little ways off. Well, now it's getting a little bit lighter out. Visibility is definitely getting a little bit more clear and a little bit longer range, so that's helpful. And we can definitely see the point where we're going to be rounding the corner there towards Mukilteo area. We're still ways off, but we're starting to close in on it, so that's a good thing. We have now rounded the point by Mukilteo area and have passed that, and we are pursuing our way down south. Everything's going really well. We're making good time, and it's getting lighter out, so visibility is increasing, and we're just trying to stay out of the shipping lanes and watch out for crab traps. We're making pretty good time. Everything's working really well on the boat. We're just settling in for the long day ahead of us. Things are working out well. Visibility is good. Engine temperature is good. Oil pressure is good. We don't have any water coming in the boat. Everything seems to be going as we want it to. Our next point of reference we're going to be looking for is going to be the Edmonds-Kingston ferry run. It's just one more of those little destinations we want to check off and put behind us. So coming up before us is the Edmonds-Kingston ferry run, and that's a ferry run that crosses the sound here between Edmonds and Kingston, and it goes back and forth several times throughout the day. So we like to get that past us and then just keep moving on, heading south. One of the awesome things we just found out on this boat, the autopilot works, and it works really well. So we can set it, forget it, go up front, do selfies, take a little bow shot here and there, and just check out the wake coming off of the bow, view the scenery here, and you can see we're kind of coming up on the Edmonds-Kingston ferry run up ahead. And that'll be nice to put that behind us. But wow, how beautiful is this? We're actually doing it. This boat is underway. We're making good time, good progress. The weather cooperated really well for us. It's definitely a little colder and wetter for this time of year, but if it means calm water and flat seas, we'll take it. And now just up ahead, you can see we're beginning to approach the Edmonds-Kingston ferry run. Now with the Kingston-Edmonds ferry behind us, we're continuing to push towards the south, and the next up is going to be Seattle Skyline. It'll be up over on the left-hand side, and we'll be passing a marker buoy And at that point, we're going to have to make a decision about crossing the shipping lanes, because we'll need to position ourselves to start heading towards Blake Island, and then eventually we're going to want to line up with what's called Rich Passage, and that's the way we want to go, is we want to head through Rich Passage. So by crossing the shipping lanes, that's going to position us well for making that turn towards Rich Passage. Keep in mind we're not fast, so we need to make that crossing of the shipping lanes well thought out so we don't get into any kind of maritime traffic. So of course, as we're trying to cross the shipping lane so we don't get into any kind of maritime traffic, here comes the Seattle-Bremerton ferry run. We come up on that, and now this is a fast-moving ferry, and we don't want to be in their way. So we're trying to come up with our strategy, and we're trying to avoid being in the way of the shipping lanes and the ferry at the same time. It gets kind of tricky in this part of the sound. So we've tried to time it so that the ferry is just now docking in Seattle, and so that gives us enough time to line up for Rich Passage and make a run for it. I don't think we want to be trying to go through Rich Passage for the first time ever in our boat and a ferry running up behind us or coming head on towards us. So we're going to try and time this and get out of their way before they get in. Okay, so if you look at the red arrow on the chart map here, you'll see that we are lined up for the entrance to Rich Passage, and we're heading in now. We got the ferry behind us. They're still at Seattle, Port of Seattle terminal. So we're going to make a run for it, and we want to get in there and out of there. The tricky thing for us, being in a sailboat with the keel hanging down below us, we need to stay in the deep water part of the channel, and so that's kind of a narrow band through Rich Passage, and there's marine traffic and pleasure boats and everything cruising through there at the same time. Our goal, of course, is to get through here and stay in the deep water part of the channel as best we can and avoid any marine traffic all at the same time. So looking at the chart, you'll see the red arrow. That's pointing to our location where we're at currently in Rich Passage. We're just exiting now. And so we're home free, we're out of there, and we only have a short run to go now before we've got to find our marina and figure out how we're going to dock this thing. That right there is the face of a happy captain. We've cleared the hard part, we've gone through Rich Passage, we've made it all the way from the Port of Everett to where we're at right now. Now we're just going to do some practicing. We're going to do some maneuvers, turning the boat around, heading back and forth a little bit, finding out how she handles, and preparing to do some practice docking and eventually put it in the slip for the first time. Just doing some testing and practicing docking. That's the hard part. Eventually we have Well, we got a long ways to go till we get to the marina, but we're just really happy with how well this thing's working so far. Yep, testing it out, practicing maneuvering and everything. It's a handful for sure. So yeah, we're on our way to Hawaii right now. Yep, from Everett to Hawaii. Imagine that. Anyway.
Hi guys. Welcome back to another episode of DIY Nautical Dream. I'm Priscilla.
And I'm Rich.
Together,
we make DIY Nautical Dream. So here we are. Our splash day is coming to an end soon, and we're gonna have to figure out how to get this thing into the dock here real soon. Oh my gosh.
Freezing cold.
Yeah, we couldn't have picked a colder day, but at least it's dry and clear for the most part and no wind. But are you ready for this action or what? It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna give it our best shot. We're definitely not going to film it. This is gonna be an ugly moment. We're not gonna be we're not gonna be proud of this one. The first night when we put it in the water coming into the dock, that was a disaster and a half. We got lucky, somebody helped us. We're not gonna have that this time. So anyways, that's where we're at. Everything ran good. System seemed to be working really well. And autopilot actually works too, so that was a cool thing. We didn't think it was working, but anyways, we expected this was going to be a 10-hour trip, and it ended up being 8. So hang it. Yep. All right. So we'll catch back with you guys later.
Bye.
Oh, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Yep. Here we go. Later. All right, here we are, heading towards the Marina. Hopefully we can figure out how to dock this thing. It's gonna be a handful for sure. Anyways, that's what's going on. So we're getting ready to bring this thing into the Marina, so wish us luck. Docking a big boat like this hasn't gone well so far. All right, we'll catch you back later. Probably will not film. We probably will not video the docking, just so you guys know. You're not gonna see this one. It's gonna be ugly. No can do. Can't show that. Not this time. So baby, tell everybody what happened here.
Oh, I wasn't aware that there's a hole in here.
Yeah.
And we're already kind of panic. Well, not panic, and the nervous duck in the boat.
Right. And there's that gap right there between the post and the wood, like right there. And your leg fell down in there all the way up to your hip, right? Yeah. And I'm like, get out, get out, get up, get up. That's crazy. So
Yeah, and then how can I get up if I was so much pain?
Yeah. So that's why you got the name Sea Leg now. Careful, baby. Always.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here we are. We're now in the water. So that's cool, right? Right, baby?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a big adventure for us. So now we are in the water and at the dock. So that's a good thing. Well, there she is, back in the water at the dock, right where she belongs. This boat performed really well on the way from Everett all the way down here. We know it wasn't crossing an ocean or anything like that, but it was about a 45-mile trip. Us getting to know the boat, being back in the water again. Who knows what could have went wrong after it was sitting for so long, but everything worked out really well. Never ran hot. Everything was great. Really blessed to have such an uneventful journey from the Port of Everett Marina all the way to Port Orchard. We're happy to have her in the water. We're back on the water again, people, so that's a really big thing. But stay tuned. We got lots of action, lots of DIY up ahead of us. This is just the beginning of another chapter.
Oh my God.
Whoa, look at this, man. This is going to be a serious hike right here. Can you get that, baby? Wow. This is crazy. I wonder if this is normal. Man, where'd all the water go?
We call this tide.
He said we call it tide. Man, This coat got soaked. It was raining out so hard during splash. What do you think about the whole trip down here?
It's good. I like it.
Yeah, everything was good except for the docking experience. So far we're 0 for 2. We've docked the boat twice. Once right after splash and then 2 here. And both times were
Crazy.
crazy and hectic. And baby got to even get one. She got a new nickname now. Her nickname is Sea Leg. She found out the hard way that you don't want to step in the hole next to the dock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but we got here. You know, everything was cool. The boat seemed like it ran really well. We didn't.
The boat's cooperating.
Yeah, the boat cooperated really well, so we didn't have any issues. Yeah. So docking is pretty intense in this boat. I have not quite figured out how to make this thing handle the way I want to. Yeah, so that was crazy. We actually pulled the boat in bow first, and then
We didn't like it.
we didn't like it. We realized we couldn't hook up the shore power or anything like that, and so we had to bring it back in stern first, and that's when baby fell in. We actually pushed the boat out by hand,
Yep.
spun it with really long lines, and then pulled it back in because I was not confident in my abilities to back the
Drive
boat.
again, yeah.
Yeah, it's too hectic, too much stress.
So we just turned it manually.
Yeah, and it worked out. People were kind of looking at us like we're crazy, but we are kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
So we will get the boat out and practice the docking maneuvers. So one thing we like to mention is just because the boat is now in the water, it doesn't change our status any. We're still a project boat. We're still DIY. We got a long ways to go before this boat is actually ready to sail off into the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
We still got a few years left of projects on this, we imagine. And then hopefully about the time we're able to retire, the boat will be ready to go and
Yep.
we are ready to sail off. But right now we're just turning a page. We're no longer life on the hard. We're actually on the water and working on our projects on the water now. So the boat is huge. It's a lot of boat to dock, a lot of boat to handle in and out of the marina. And
But we got it.
Yeah, we got it. Luckily, some people. There was a person that helped us get the dock into the boat into the slip up in Everett. Man,
That was very windy too.
yeah, that was just crazy. Yeah, it was windy. Could not see through any of the plastic windows on the canvas. We had to hurriedly knock all those down real quick, and man, so we got some things to learn. We're gonna have to get the boat out and learn how to handle it, how to maneuver it around in and out of the marina and out underway and stuff like that. All right, what do you think, baby? Any last words?
No, just happy.
Yeah, we just
Finally.
want. Yeah.
We got it
Yep.
on the water.
On the water. So now we are no longer life on the hard. We are life on the water.
Yep.
But we really just want to say thank you to everybody that's been with us and the new people that have joined us along the way. We really appreciate all the new subscribers, all the longtime subscribers, and everybody that's kind of helped cheer us on throughout this project. It's been a big step for us to get this boat in the water. But yeah, it's great. Everything worked out really well. Our prayers were answered. Everything is just a huge blessing. So we're really thankful to have gotten through that. So wrap it up, baby.
All right. So thanks for watching, guys. If you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe down below.
Right down there. Click, click. Subscribe. We like it when people subscribe. If you're not sure how, ask your friends, ask anybody.
Or ask him.
Yeah. No, we really like it when people subscribe. It helps show that people
And watch our video.
Yeah. And watch them all the way through. Please let them play. That really helps us out. Helps out with the algorithm. Helps get us promoted more through YouTube. We are still not, at this point, we are still not monetized. So we're just doing this all for fun and for free. But we appreciate all your support. And thanks for watching. We hope you have a wonderful day. See ya.
See you.
Dang, if I only hit record. Man.
I think you did.
Okay. Dang, if I only hit record.
It's recording.
Oh, man. All right.
Hi, guys. So this week's episode, I'll be by myself.
We're just turning a page in the big book, and All right, go for it.
We'll come back. Did we record it?
Hang on, not yet. No, not yet.